Good day, all you folks out there in the world of the internet. Not much to talk about today. I just wanted to talk quickly about God of War. I've been wanting to play for, I guess, a couple of years now, and never really got to it. It's more like Horizon Zero Dawn, where I never got a chance to play that for a little while, and now Horizon Forbidden West is out, and I haven't played that since release. So, but God of War is one of those games that I thought was going to be like not a snooze fest, but I thought it was just going to be a little boring. But when I went and looked on howlongtobeat.com, it says only 21 hours, but it took me more like 50. And I think it's because I did a few of the side quests and some other stuff as well, like fighting the Valkyries, or the Valkyries. I don't know how you say it. Those guys, let me tell you, the last Valkyrie you fight, I'm playing this game on easy mode. Yeah, easy mode. And the game, and it was terrible. Like it took me like 2 or 3 days to beat the one guy. Like I couldn't get past her. But you know, the storyline itself overall for the entire game is pretty good. And it's actually got me a bit hyped just playing the game. Like, it's not one of my favorite games of all time, but it's got me a bit like, so for instance, one of the reasons why it's not my favorite game, the bosses weren't as epic as I thought they'd be, and there was a lot of repeat fights or repetitive fights and reskins, especially with the big ogres. I don't know if they're called ogres, but the big guys, the big lumbering dudes that, you know, throw that weapon around. I mean, not like have those big pillars and everything. Like, and the kill animations for those were the same all the time, so it was kind of boring, kind of repetitive, just fighting them. And not to mention, I literally destroy them with my runic abilities, so it wasn't even like, I guess on easy mode that's what you get, but I could not imagine fighting like the Valkyries on hard mode. There's no way, or any like significant challenging boss. Which, to be honest, I don't think there was any really other than Baldur. Is that his name? I forget his name. I think it's Baldur. But anyway, game was decent and it was fun. It kept me, like I said, entertained. The storyline was also pretty good. I did like the ability to skill progression and all of that, but I got caught up using the same moves all the time. So it was like, yeah, you can get all these skills and be able to do different moves and everything, but then I got caught up just doing the same skill and attack over and over and over again. So when it came to choosing skills and fighting, it didn't really like offer any deep customization or anything like that. It would have been nice to, you know, I guess do some different abilities. Sure, I could go around and collect the different runic, I guess, skills that you collect from the treasure boxes. But in all reality, like, the game is pretty repetitive when it comes to fight. But most games are anyway these days. And a game like God of War, clocking in at 21 hours, even though it took me longer, clocking in at 21 hours is great for my kind of schedule. So it took me, like 4 weeks to beat it. And I don't understand people, but, you know, everybody cries about open world. They're like, why isn't the game open world? Why isn't the game open world? But honestly, we don't need too many open world games. We don't. And open world just brings emptiness. Most of the open world games I've played within the last 2 or 3 years. Okay, granted, I haven't played Elden Ring or The Witcher. And The Witcher's what, 2015 or something like that? So the last few years I've played open world games. They've sort of been like, you know, once you have access to the open world, it's kind of empty. There's lots to do, but they mean little. You know what I mean? Like that kind of emptiness, not the holy, there's lots to do here and I get all these amazing weapons. Now, I heard Elden Ring's different, but whatever. Anyway, that's another side. God of War does have sort of an open world, allows you to do, but the game's mostly linear. And for any of you who play that, I'm sure you'll understand what I mean by that. For those of you who haven't, you know, you should just get out there and give it a shot. The game's pretty cool. And just make sure you have, you know, like a bit of time to play it, because it does, once you get going in it, like for me, starting a game and getting motivated to play a game is a little more difficult. When I get into a game, it's like, okay, I have to play this game to completion. But then I get caught up, you know, like, oh, I could play Apex tonight, or oh, I could play, I guess, Sea of Thieves tonight, or Fallout 76 tonight. I always try to pick one game, and that's one FPS, one single player action RPG, and one MMO or online experience game. I guess that's what it's called. But lately I've found that Apex is taking up a lot of my time. So I'm at a point, I guess, in my video gaming life where I need to focus on one game and start catching up with the rest of you out there. So I don't know. It depends on what kind of game you like, but definitely play it for the story. And that's your 5 to 7 minute review of God of War. I could do something super in depth if I wanted to, but again, these videos are just for the sake of getting something out to you guys because, you know, you need some videos from the 2P project. You know, we got Jeff over there on Twitch. He's streaming his ass off. Here we go again. Elliot from the 2P project. 2P, out!